Hello everyone, the hillsides of Oita are now currently alive with the sound of inline fours racing here today in the second round. What is the second round, you may ask? Well, it's the second round of the Formula Hall of Japan. I'll scratch the Zako. The Tsuyo Cup. This time it's going to be the Tsuyo Cup. It's the Autopolis Super Prix. Again, the Autopolis Super Prix weekend will be taken over by the Tsuyo Cup. As yesterday, we saw a dramatic race in the Zako where Hugh Dasano passed drivers on the last lap to to win the Autopolis Super Free in Minato Carz's last race as an active virtual YouTuber. So anyways, let's take a look into the track map here. We are looking at the Tsuyo Cup Round 2 Autopolis. Apologies, the Japanese says Round 1. That's not supposed to be the case. Anyways, we are looking at a track length of 4.6 kilometers and looking at the target lap time of 125.1 that has not been met in the Zako Cup race. Let's just hope that it's more or less different in the CO Cup, where they could beat the target lap times. 19 corners in total. We're looking at a lap count of 54 laps as we saw yesterday on the Zako Cup race. Now this time we can talk about Shiro Garino in detail because she has always been the one that wants to be close to home, and of course when it comes to events and all that stuff, she often places herself on the southwest of the Japanese archipelago. She always puts herself in near Oita, and as mentioned, she does come from virtual Oita. So Michael Turner has, as always, has a lot of extra weight in him to try to perform here in what is essentially Shirogane home race. As we mentioned, it's the southwesternmost track in Japan and it's famous for its steep elevation changes. Anyways, with the Zako Cup race settled, we can take a look into the standings of the Zako Cup split. Following yesterday's race, we saw the Ryuta Sano winning the race at the Autopolis yesterday. Ryuta Sano now takes up their place. Sean Pauli and Chanel Markman continue their consistent runs as they're now in the top two. Alex Guan had a very good race where he finished second. That's why he's up in fourth place. With Jake Martinez, Jeff Rohan, Chucky Preza, Count Gibbons, Super Sasame, and Masa Rider running on the top 10. With Raido, Hanifam, Irene Nakamura, and I believe there's 4 cars involved. Yeah, Irene Nakamura, Hanifam, yeah, but at least 3 cars retired from the Zako Cup race. And we also want to take a look at the CO Cup standings before we start the round here at Autopolis. We have Blaza Damashev, of course, passing Tyler Williams on the final lap to win the Tokachi Super Free Zako Cup race. CO Cup race. And then we have Lorenzo Ricci, Raiji Kaczynski, and Kamina Riba running at top 5 with Riba, of course, we're hearing rumors that he wants to go back to just representing Chishiro Botan full-time. Anyways, we got Ryu, Alcantara, Rem Olgor, Sobyang In, and again, we apologize for the slightly outdated standings. No longer Mohamed Reza behind the wheel in the Himori Luna number 31, as it is now taken over by Farah Bashira. Russell Carrasco, Danilo Goyena, Ed Sky, Michael Turner, and Jake Goodwin round out the point scorers. With Kizara Leo, Daniel Barger, Yu Chaeyon, Hoshi Sonorio, and Maverick Duciem, all yet to score points in the Formula Hololive Japan CO Cup. We've got some bits of surprises for for all of you Shiokos. For those of you who watch Murasaki Shion, you may have heard the news that she has returned to stream. It's a good day for all of the Shiokos watching. And speaking of which, one of the Shiokos, of course, in the ARO is a veteran driver in the form of, well, Kizara Leo. Kizara Leo, of course, is not out on track, but here he is. So if you want to take a look, and if you look closely at the side of the car, and especially in the side of radiators, you can see here that there is a new logo for Kizara Leo. Following Shion's announcement of a new logo last night, the pit crew have essentially scrambled to get the new logos ready. Now they only got it ready just about in the middle of CO Cup practice, as we explained on our Twitter. So here we are. Kizara Leo with a new logo for Murasaki Shion. This will be applicable in both Hololive GT3 and Formula Hololive for the foreseeable future. foreseeable future. Is it really foreseeable future? But yeah, new logo from RaceSimStudio. Highly doubt we're going to revert back to the previous logo, as this is now the new current logo for RaceSimStudio, and so this will be the new logo for Kizuhara Leo. Farbashira has done well to maintain a top 10 finish for Nimimori Luna. Of course, the odds of Farbashira defending Nimimori Luna's title in Formula Hololive Japan, given the season that this ride is in, is pretty much not really a likely chance. But Farbashira will try to give it all she can, regardless. Speaking of which, Michael Turner has just got out on his Shogai Knoll number 08. Of course, racing in Shogai Knoll is home. Michael Turner knows what it's like to race with those stakes. Michael Turner, of course, on his way to get hit. Speaking of which, we do have some drivers who have already done his lap, starting in the middle of their hot laps. Raj Gazinski and Rustin Karasha being one of them. And as you can see here, Krasinski is way faster than Karasha, so don't be surprised if Karasha manages to beat Krasinski. But anyways, here's a hot lap from Michael Turner. As you mentioned here, good exit off the final two corners, just cruising for this long main straight coming to turn 100 meter for downshift around third gear, carries as much speed as possible. Into turn 2, it's a bit of a change, not much of a problem here. Turn 3, brake at a curb, use that as a brake marker. Turn 4, you can let the single section here, get the flow going. Michael Turner already 2/10 faster than Kaczynski's his fastest time, 125.9. And now coming into turn 8, almost flat out there. Turn 9, and then turn 10. Regular 75 meter for on this negative camber corner. Really need to get control on this car, but anyways, it's into turn 11 here. Turn 12, get that sweet turn in, and then a slight left off at turn 14. And you can see here, he really manages to keep it very tight, and Vlado Tomashev currently sets a pole time of a 125.894, but there's no pole for the Aki Rosenthal driver. And now you can see here, Turner tries to get a good exit on the finish line. Will he be able to grab pole position? The answer is going to be no, by about 200ths of it. Also down by about 100th of a second. So this is a very competitive qualifying session. By the looks of things, as we can see here, we got 4 drivers within a 10th of a second, or rather 3 drivers within a 10th of a second behind Vladislav Domashnev. As we mentioned here, you can see Kamina Ripa already setting a 400th of a second faster of a first sector than the likes of Vladislav Domashnev, as he's also trying to make use of a slight draft that is being given out by looks like Hojizono Ryo, who is currently up in 8th place. So many Hololive members are, of course, well dedicated to the bright uniforms these days. Hojizono Ryo 54.925 for Ryo, or Reba, or he set a almost a 10th of a second of a faster time in the first 2 sectors. So Reba is going to be in a serious position to try to grab his pole position. Of course, you see here on the onboard, on the sides, he requested a more permanent salutations method to Angela Sims, who's fallen ARO driver, as he is now up in the pole position spot, 125.759. Yu Choi continues to improve, 126.116 from what I can briefly observe. But anyways, looking at the times here, it gets very competitive with Daniel Barker currently in 17th. 16 drivers, of course, within a second of Kaminari Riba that you love to see the parity between these drivers. Also, Taro comes into the pits. Jake Goodwin in the pits. Rustin Carrascio in. Kaczynski in. Turner in. Well, no, actually, they're all out. Only Goodwin's in. Masha peels into the pits. We are about to clock into the halfway stage of this qualifying session. Michael Turner ousted from a third place run. He will try to fling himself in this chance. And as you can see here, he really flings himself, but I doubt he'll be faster due to the slightly increased tire wear. As you can see here, he's only like 0.2 of a second behind Reba and Damashnev, so not much of a chance for him to get closer and closer. But unless he could pull something out of a hat in these first few sectors. Oh, 1/10 of a second slower there on the first sector, so there's not much of a chance here to get him some improvements unless he finds someone in the next two sectors, but I doubt that will happen. While looking at the drivers at the back is Aurelio in 16th place, going to go for a new hot lap. The Mercedes Xi'an driver has now felt a sense of revival and rejuvenation following, of course, Xi'an's revival. Calls it glorious, Leo, as he's now going to try to fling this car into a top spot, right inside the top 10. Neat and tidy in the first few corners here, as he's gonna try to 0.3 of a second slower on the first sector. If he can just limit the damage on the next few sectors, especially if he could be just around 7-8 behind instead of 9/10, he should be good for around 13th or 14th. Right now, of course, Leo isn't going to be seeing any improvements anytime soon, as of course he is still trying to fling his car for as well as he can. Coming into turn 11, this is where the second sector timing being will be. As you can see here, he loses a good amount of time, already 0.6 behind on the second sector. He was just going to try to push for as much as he can, as he is going to fling himself. Oh, you can see how much he's not feeling confident with the car. But if you could at least find some improvements a little bit, this will work. But you can see here he's lost already 0.6 of a second on the final sector alone. So Leo's not going to be seeing any improvements anytime soon. Jake Goodwin is now back out on track, and he's about to finish his lap. On board Jake Goodwin's number 30 Okamio car, and there's no improvements for the Miofa driver. Guyana stuck in the pits, but Michael Turner and Hoshizana Rio peeled into the pits. Yu Choi-yan now currently barreling through the main straight. As you can see, she's not seen any improvements either. The drivers are making brief pit stops before they get themselves back out. Mashnev only good enough for second still. Has to fight Elena Goyena, who is on an outlap. Damasha not really too happy about this. Crashio, no improvements. Ryu down in 11th place. Here's also Elson Tara. The track conditions don't seem to be improving at the moment. Well, we got someone who chatted Ghost in the live chat. Nice to know what you're thinking, but not sure if there are any supernatural Hololive VTubers currently being represented in the Tsuyo Cup race at the moment. But just wanted to tell you this, the Shirobotan ride of number 43, driven by Kabaneri Riba, is now currently on pole position. That means he will start at the front of the field come the start of the race. Alongside him will all be Vladislav Tomashev, who is representing Aki Rosenthal. Anyways, just wanted to check around the situation. We also can see Michael Turner and Raj Kaczynski. Speaking of Raj Kaczynski, he has actually beaten Michael Turner. Another set of lap times where the two drivers set identical lap times, but I believe Kaczynski is slightly faster than Turner by just a hair. So Kaczynski is given third place. So now all eyes are on Kaczynski to see if he can improve on this lap or not. Of course, we don't know until he's finally crossed the line. 2 minutes to go until we sort out this qualifying session. Raja Kaczynski now barreling down the main straight. There may be some marked improvements in times, but no, here is not. Only 0.02 of a second slower than his personal best. Lots of drivers currently in the pits, 4 to be exact. Meanwhile, we're going to be looking into some of the other entrants here. 2CM currently down in last place. At serious risk of not being able to challenge for the title. But at least he is in the Tsuyo, that is a positive. And here's Daniel Barger, currently the first driver out of the points position if he would have finished where he started, where he will start. It's very, very tricky here. We got a lot of Hololive members that are well committed to the bright uniforms, and by well committed, I mean fully committed to the bright uniforms, as well as far as Hololive's listed idle uniforms are concerned. But you can see here, Daniel Barger already setting a fastest first sector so far. Could this be the time Daniel Barger finally shows his claws in the Hoshimachi Suisei number 41? Is a diamond finally refined into something absolutely spectacular? As you can see here, Daniel Barger representing a Hololive member who is akin to a comet, a diamond in the rough, as we may say. You can see here, Daniel Barger only manages to lose about 0.4 of a second on that second sector, but he was up by about a hundredth of a second on the first sector. Some glimpses of brilliance here. As you may see, Daniel Barger is about to do one more lap after he crosses the line. Barger, a loyal Hoshiomi fans of Hoshimachi Suisei, as he now gets himself up into 11th place, manages to lose as little time as possible to Meanwhile, Rio is going to be up in 6th place for the IMA driver. Meanwhile, we have Lorenzo Ricci, and we're going to mostly focus on Lorenzo Ricci as he is the last driver to cross the line. Speaking of which, Barger has only lost 100th of a second on that first sector, but if he gains some time on the second and third, he's going to do very well. Meanwhile, Rio has done a fastest first sector as well, while compared to Reba, who's currently up in front. So we're going to pay attention to Rio to see if he can get up there. We got a few drivers already crossing the line. Daniel Barger, only 0.4 of a second slower, so we won't be seeing any much improvements from Barger. Meanwhile, Rio is only lost a little time here, but I don't think it's enough for him to get more positions. Lorenzo Ricci as well. Meanwhile, Sobyang Un manages to get himself up into 8th place. DCM in front of Barger. Well, improvement from Barger, unfortunately. And now we're gonna see if Hoshizunori is able to get a lap in. Yes, he will, but it's not going to be quick enough. Once Ricci's about to cross the line, it's going to be the same case for Ricci as he doesn't get to improve. The pole sitter is officially listed as Kaminari Reba. The SSRB have to be excited at this chance here, as you can see here, Reba currently on pole position for Shishiro Boda, as we mentioned earlier in the Tsuyo Cup race. He's gonna try to mark his credentials in the title fight for as much as he can. Of course, he is a driver listed in the 5th place in the Tsuyo Cup standings. So anyway, let's not beat around the bush too much. Let's go into the starting lineup for the Autopolis Super Prix Tsuyo Cup race. We have Kaminari Reba and Vlasa Damasha riding at the front row of the grid, representing Shishiro Botan and Akira Soto respectively. Raji Kazuki 3rd place for Yuzuki Choko, with 4th place Michael Turner for Shirogane Nolo. Lapis Darkness representative Rasim Karasho starts 5th, alongside Hoshizuna Ryo for Nakiri IMA in 6th place. Jake Goodwin 7th for Okami Miyu with 8th place. So Byung-eun for Shun Noi Flair. 9th place goes to Yu Chae-yeon and Takane Loui, and 10th place goes to Tyler Williams and Amane Kanata. 11th place goes to Daniel Barger for Hoshimaki Suisei, with Ryu 12 for Sakamata Chloe. Rim Olgor 13 for Ozora Subaru alongside Daniel Goyana. 14 for Usada Pecora. 15th goes to Alpha Santaro for El Necromata Akai, with 16th place going to Farah Bashira in the Himori Luna number 31. 7th place goes to Osha Marine and Lorenzo Ricci, with 18th going to Kizuhara Leo and Murasaki Shion. Not the best start, but I think there's improvements in the race. 19th goes to Kazama Iroha and Ed Sky, the Split B champion, with Maverick Duciem running at the rest of the grid here in 20th place for Omaro Polka. And so let's get ourselves a bit comfortable with the start of this race. As you can see here, we have multiple talented drivers currently starting on the front part of the grid. We got Kaminari Reba and Vladislav Domashnev currently up in front. And we'd like to apologize here as well. We were supposed to use the Tsuyo Cup logo instead of the Zyko Cup logo, so apologies if we had the Zyko Cup logo in. That was not the Zyko Cup race, it's the Zyko Cup qualifying, it's the Tsuyo Cup qualifying, so apologies for that. So anyways, let's get on to the start of this Tsuyo Cup race for the Autopolis Super Prix. We got Kaminari Reba starting on pole position. Alongside him is Vladislav Domashnev. As we can see here, all 20 cars lined up on the start of the grid. We are about to get this race properly underway. The lights are on and we are go. And that looks to me it's a very good launch by Vladislav Domashnev, but not as good as Kaminari Reba. As you can see here, there's already contact between Domashnev and Michael Turner. Will there be contact further back? There it will be yes, but no spins or crashes. Very amazing stuff here on the first lap here as Domashnev tries to get himself back on Reba. Sky and Lucien trade places. Kizaru Leona up into 16th place. Goyana in 12. Barger drops down to 13, but not before he finds Goyana back in 12. And now looking at the current state of affairs in this race, Reba leads Domashnev, Michael Turner 3rd, Yoshizuna Ryo now up in 4th, Kaczynski 5th, Crosho down in 6th, Goodwin 7th, Byung-eun 8th, Williams 9th, Chan rounds out the top 10. Meanwhile, we got Daniel Barger 11. You can see it, Liu and Goyana in the battle for 12th. Lots of side-by-side battles with Rim, Olga, Fire, Abashira reigniting the Suba Luna battles. Going to be Rim Olga winning this one so far. Of course, he currently has 3 Hololive GT3 wins this season as one of the top class Hololive GT3 drivers. Of course, he has also proven his mettle in Formula Hololive, where he won the Sepang Super Prix, or rather the Sepang Grand Prix Split A race in the first part of qualifying. Meanwhile, we got Sky and Tarao falling down like a rock. As you can see here, he's just trying to keep the car in control and in check here in Autopolis, and right now it's not working for him. Meanwhile, Sky's going to try to challenge Kizaru Leo for 17th place. Meanwhile, we've got Turner and Domashnev trading blows between each other, as Mert Turner has actually overtaken Vladislav Domashnev for 2nd place. you have your opinions, please let us know in the comments, in the live chat below. We would like to hear your opinions on this race so far. As you can see here, Goodwin also trying to get past Rustem Caraccio, as Caraccio tries to still edge ahead. Meanwhile, Gasobian is trying to defend against Tyler Williams on the inside line. Tyler Williams goes down the inside, and Tyler Williams, a rollover for Williams. Tyler Williams just can't catch a break, but this one has to be absolutely terrible. Tyler Williams was robbed of a second place, was robbed of a win at Tokachi after he was not exactly robbed of a win, but he lost a chance to win after losing out against Vlasa Tomashina. But now you got to see Tyler Williams rolling in full HD. Oh man, Tyler Williams has gotta be punching himself at this rude chance. Rivas has the fastest lap of the race, 1:26.653.4. This is Shiro, bolt-on driver. Meanwhile, we got to see some side-by-side battles between Kaczynski now on the inside, or rather on the outside of Jay Goodwin. Meanwhile, Ed Sky goes down the inside, Punch going down the inside. Meanwhile, Tanra and Lorenzo Ricci. Ryder and Tanra gets our Leo going toe-to-toe. Oh, I see Taro tries to fight one back against Leo using very, very sophisticated line. As you can see here, Taro also tries to get around the outside of Kizuhara Leo. As you can see here, Taro tries to get himself back into points. Of course, helping this fight is, of course, Kizuhara Leo. And now Kizuhara Leo! Oh, commiserations for the Shiokos. Just as when Murasaki Shion came back, and just as when a new logo came back, another move at the second hairpin gone wrong, as we got drivers on the inside line hitting the curb way too hard, and as a result, they were involved in a flip. And that's gotta be very horrible. Gotta be a very horrible sight for the Shiokos. Meanwhile, we're looking at drivers here in the ratio monitor. So being announced as the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:25.964. Looking at the drivers here, a lot of drivers will be pitting earlier around the next 5 to 6 laps. Olga will be pitting very, very early here, but Olga's currently up in 12th place. But of course, he will be pitting for at least 2 times. Anyways, we got Antara down the inside, looking for a chance against Farah Bashira. Of course, the former driver for the Himari Luna, number 31, is of course Mohamed Shazrin Reza, who has been a through and through proxy Lunite since the start of the 2022 season. He stayed there until the end of qualifiers in Formula Hololive, and is looking to do 2 more races with Himori Luna in the Hololive GT3 Japan Series, because he knows he's got a mission to do, and that mission is to win a Hololive GT3 title for Luna. And of course, Luna being committed to both the original and the bright uniforms as of recently gives impetus in both series. As you see here, Bashira, while she is only in 14th place, further back, we got Ed Sky trying to mount a challenge against Lorenzo Ricci down in turn 3. Ed Sky, has to back off there. He hit too much of the curb, but he may just be able to bounce back at the hairpin, but he is too far back. Anyways, the gap between Riva and Turner have remained relatively unchanged at 1.5 seconds now. And as you can see here, already lap 5 of this race, and we're about gonna still wait like the next ninth of this race, if that makes any sense. the stage of this race. But anyways, the race is still pretty much young. As you can see here, Richie is still trying to find a way past him 10 around. Oh, you can see here, Tenor are really trying to, really trying to attack here, Farah Bashira. And Guyana in 13th place, still trying to find something against this one. And meanwhile, we got Raji Kaczynski will be the first driver to pit. He will be doing his first of 2 pit stops. Same with Yu Cheon and Rim Olgor. Not gonna expect much in this race, but we're gonna pay attention on their advancement. Of course, we also have Kyle Williams and Kizuharu Liu already retiring from this race due to damage. So again, N-Sky gonna take an outside line. Now it's gonna be the inside line, and N-Sky really trying to fling himself against Lorenzo Ricci. Ricci, of course, being stubborn on the attack, and now he's opened up the chance for DCM to attack. But right now, nothing has come of it so far. As you can see here, quick pit stop as usual for Kaczynski, Cheon, and Olgor. Right now, we also got So Byung-eun currently up in 7th place, sharing with Flair. We're also one of the Hololive members who would flat out prefer to use the bright uniform rather than the originals, but when prompted to use the originals, she would be fine with that. As a result, So Byung-eun has qualified for both Tsuyo Cups and for both Tsuyos, the Tsuyo Cup and the Tsuyo Series. He's currently doing very well at the moment. Meanwhile, we got Russell Carrasco coming into the pits, the next driver comes into the pit, but then you have to think that this is a bit too early for these drivers. Also, Town is about to be called into the pits as well. And confirmation, they will be making a pretty short pit stop. And you can see here, really on the outside of Danilo Goyena, who has made a move down the inside. Very good racing for them so far. And you can see here further back, there's also Richie and Sky. The Marine and Iroha drivers are not going to be separated pretty easily. Meanwhile, we still have this Ryu and Goyena battle still going on throughout much of the first and second sectors. And you can see here they're still going side by side, but you can see here Ryu might think of a move. And you can see Farah Bashira going down the inside, and this time she manages to survive, unlike Williams and Kizuhara Leo. Where did that move come from, Farah? But anyways, Farah Bashira swoops in around the outside, beats Ryu to the line, or rather beats Ryu to 9th place. Farah Bashira is on an attack right now because she knows that she will be pitting in the next few laps. So Farah doesn't want to lose a lot of time in the back of other drivers. She got 3 laps or 2 laps at most to try to make things work. And now you can see here she's absolutely rapid on the Himoi Luna number 31 car. Of course, Kanata and Luna ran alongside Hachima in one of the performances in Hachima's birthday stream. And now you can see here Farah Bashir going down the inside of Goyena, and Farah Bashir is going to try again. Farah Bashir can at least get close in this section. She may think of a dive bomb down the inside of the first hairpin, but she's just too far back. 7 laps complete here in Autopolis, already past 10% race distance. You see Bashira still trying to get close. Again, we're gonna see how close Bashira can get to Goyena, especially in the 3rd sector. As you can see, Bashira really trying to get too close to the point where he's making the move on the outside. But this tells you that Bashira is already faster than Goyena, but it doesn't really matter because he's gonna pit in the next. Actually, she's gonna get called this lap. The Mosnev is gonna be called next lap. Riba is about to be called next lap. UCM and Bashira are currently being called in, and looking at their race field monitor right now, Bashira is currently on her way into her pit box, and she will fill herself up right until the end. So this is a good time for them to take some time in the pit lane and just see through the end of this race. Average UCM will also follow suit. They'll spend a fair amount of time in the pit lane before they finally get themselves back out. Michael Turner currently second place. Kaminari Reba currently in the lead. Right now, no battles to note at the moment. As you can see here, Reba really trying to stretch his legs on the Shishiro on that Shishiro Bota number 43, and he's actually lost a good amount of gaps to Michael Turner, who's actually closed the gap by about a few laps now. So right now, Michael Turner has a good chance to get something against Reba, but that doesn't really matter because Reba is about to be called into the pits. Blast out the Moshnev as well, so Michael Turner will be leading at home for Shiragai Noel. The locals have got to be excited about this one. Wei Liu and Michael Turner are now currently being called into the pits as we speak. Yuxian is spending a fair amount of time in the pit lane, but now he is back. Of course, already being lapped by quite the margin, so not going to be pitting again anytime soon, or rather he won't be pitting again for the scheduled pit stop. And right now we have Jake Brewer past lap 125.648 for the Miyopa driver. This one being not yet being called into the pit lane, but he will be called soon. Daniel Barger will also be called in soon. Other drivers that we want to pay attention to: Lubayana, Lorenzo Ricci, who is also going to be called in for their pit stops. We got the Moshnev, Kaminari Reba, and Ryu, of course, already coming out. We got Reba already coming out here, and here's where Parabashira is. Kaminari Reba is in a serious position to maintain his lead so far. And here is Vladislav Moshnev also coming into the mix. And Kaminari Reba currently has the net race lead. Of course, the last one in Formula Hololive in the Tsukuba Super Fleet, based on our prior knowledge. And trying to check back on the stats here. Well, I'm gonna need to go back a few races here to see if which race did Reba actually win. Actually, Reba did win. Oh yeah, forgot about the capture the moment Grand Prix Play race at Fuji Speedway. He did win at that race in Split A. So anyways, we got a lot of drivers coming to the pits: Richie Goyana, Sky Byung-eun, Barger, Allgore, Chaeyoung, Kaczynski, and some of them having to pit a second time. In particular, Allgore, for like a better example. Michael Turner is now finally coming out, and here is Kaminari Reba. So Michael Turner's overcut strategy has actually paid dividends for him, as he is now currently the net race leader. So Byung-eun has also done very well to get himself up into third place. Daniel Barger, of all people, also getting up into fifth. The guys who are doing this overcut strategy are the ones that are enjoying this strategy called the most. As you can see here, Byung-eun and Barger were in the mid-table, and now we're in the mid-pack, and now they are currently in around the top 5, net top 5. Michael Turner currently in the net race lead, Reba second, Byung-eun third, Domashnev fourth, and Barger fifth. What a twist we're seeing here in the early stages of this race. And of course, we still have a lot more to go here in Autopolis, so stay tuned to see more of the racing as usual. So anyways, we got Jose Rio currently leading this race on a growth league basis. course, he will be pinning in the next 4 laps, and Tara will be pinning in the next 2 laps. And looking at the rest of the field, Jake Goodwin will be pinning in the next 4. Horacio will be pinning in the next 2. Everyone else has pretty much filled themselves right until the end. So right now it's going to be interesting to see how these 4 drivers currently ahead of Michael Turner fare, as of course they'll have to inevitably pit again and try to fill in the full tank of fuel, because some of these mechanics and pit crew are still filling in the fuel tanks as little as possible in the early stages of the race. So there's going to be pretty much at a loss. Never mind that. Meanwhile, Horacio finally comes into the pit lane as he is now also Alton Tara coming into the pits. As you can see, Michael Turner's trying to catch up to the rest of the field. Tara and Horacio is going to be expected to remain stationary in their pit box for as long as they can. Maybe they can get ahead of Richie, Goyena, and Sky. Maybe, just maybe. Anyways, we got Michael Turner already passing the 2 as he's now up into 3rd place, and Tara still stationary, Horacio still stationary. So anyways, back on the current situation on this race so far. Edson Taro still stuck in the pit lane right now. Aurelio already passing them. Bashira also passing them as well. They're both still stationary. Here comes Kaczynski, and Kaczynski though, speaking with the progress, but he did lose 12 positions. Probably had a slow pit stop. Oh wait, no, he was one of the few drivers who pitted way too early in this race and had to do 2 twice. So Kaczynski has that this moment. So anyways, Tara now up into 15th place, Ducian in 16th, and as you see here, Ducian now has to fight against Jake Goodwin, who is currently in 2nd place. They're not in the same lap. Ducian has fresher tires though. Goodwin has better pace overall, and you can see here, oh, really getting close there. Goodwin and Ducian, but fortunately these drivers have managed to get themselves clean. Lap 14 so far in the Autopolis Super Prix Tsuyo Cup race, and right now Rio is currently leading the affairs here in Autopolis. As you can see here, Rio only has 2 laps of fuel running, and if he does manage to get out and he does have a pretty quick pit stop, then he should be good until the next few. He should be good for about top 10. Jake Goodwin, I believe, is only better, but of course Rio is, of course, the top 5 car. And of course, Rio is already in the pit. Jake Goodwin already in the pit. This is where Michael Turner is. And given that they are, when you want to make a pit stop that makes you run until the end, you're going to spend a considerable amount of time in the pit lane. And right now, Michael Turner is currently being told to push, try to make sure he gets the most out of this car. Of course, the last time a sure guy, an old driver, won here in Autopolis was, of course, Alexis Bowen in Hololive GT3. She, of course, won in Race 2 Split B, Race 2 Split A on the Hololive GT3 Autopolis round. It was held in June 2022. But anyways, Michael Turner That being said, he is able to retake the race lead with no problems. Kamen River also passing them no problems. Rio is finally getting out. Damashnev, Barger, potentially Lorenzo Ricci as well. As you can see here, there's already Rio coming out. Oh, and look, Jake Goodwin nearly causing an accident. And now you can see here, there's already a pandemonium of cars going side by side. Now you can see Guyana and Sky, both light blue/green colored cars coming in at turn 3. Now the sun is now shining here in Autopolis. Ooh, Schmidt trying to get into it, as you can see. Anyways, just wanted to check on the current state of affairs, especially in the CO Cup scene. Of course, if you look at the standings here, Damashnev is currently leading and he's currently in 4th place. So as it stands, he will be able to maintain his championship lead with Tyler Williams falling by the wayside alongside Kizuharu Leo. And in terms of other topics in the championship hunt, we also wanted to pay attention to the split, Tsuyo Cup split here. Lorenzo Ricci now currently down in 8th place. Kaczynski down in 14th. Reba in 2nd place. So as far as the championship battle goes, it's gonna probably go down between these two, as more battles between Guyana and Ricci. As you also get to see here, Guyana's actually managed to win against Ed Sky. Oh, you can see here, and also Farabashi are going side by side once again with Ryu. Farabashi has shown what it means to race against Ryu in this type of battle here, but you can see Ryu is trying to keep Bashira honest, and now Bashira is going to keep Ryu honest with a dive bomb down the inside at the first hairpin corner. As you can see here, trying to make things work. She's trying to make things work around the outside of turn 8. Gets very close there to Ryu. Ryu has to stick to his line, not make contact with Bashira. And Bashira on the outside line. Oh, nearly making that same mistake there, Ryu. But fortunately, he has kept his car under control. The inside curb at the second hairpin. Ryu! Oh, spinning out uncharacteristically at the curb. As you can see, Ryu is just trying to get himself back in the race, and he's able to get himself back in the race. What a spin that was from Ryu. He went off way too wide at turn 11, hit the curb, like bottomed out at the curb. Oh, beat himself at the curb, got himself into a spin. Well, he did a pirouette or so, but manages to keep the car under control and keeps the car pointed at the track enough for him to continue this race. He has truly lost this battle by virtue of loss of control of the car. Just getting back here in Autopolis here, you saw the battle developing between Bashira and Ryu. Fortunately, Bashira is back up in this race, but she's now down in 11th place. Okay, well, we got the hotshot Daniel Barger trying to make a move against Vladislav Damashnev. Everyone is good until the end of this race. Everyone is good for the end of this race. You can see here. Also, speaking of which, Olgor currently in 18th place, last out of all the drivers involved. So, very, very interesting sight to see, given that he has won the Sepang 400 series race, no problem, and especially in a league dominating fashion. just checking on images right now, and of course this is just to take time to calm things down, and also, you know, while there's not much racing action at the moment, it's usual like this. So again, I would like to open the opportunity to everyone in the chat to hear your thoughts, ask some questions. もし日本語を話すビュアーがあれば、ライブチャットに質問をしてください。必ず返事するだから、どうぞ返事してください。Anyways, that's beating the bush. That's enough beating the bush here, as we're now back into this situation here. The Mashnet, Barger, Rio, Goodwin, Ricci, Guyana, Etsky, Farabashi are currently in 11th place. So they're doing very well at the moment, as they are currently where they need to be. Especially for Michael Turner, who of course has had history of winning a race in aero competitions. He did win in the Okayama Super Prix, or rather the Okayama 500 finale race in Hololive GT3 last year. This was his first win for Shirogane Noel. And of course he has yet to win a Formula Hololive race for Shirogane Noel. And of course Noel is in an in-between. She is both committed to the originals and the bright uniform. So, but then again, another surprise was that Michael Turner was out of the running for the Tsuyo series, which is interesting. But anyways, we still got the Tsuyo Cup that he can participate, and so that's where he is right now, and he's currently leading the field of 17 remaining cars, because 2 have already retired. Done, and as you can see, Jake Goodwin is already faster than the 3 drivers in front of him by about 2 seconds. So Goodwin's on a pretty interesting charge. Jake Goodwin, of course, has proven himself as a solid Formula Hololive race winner as well. Now the Okami Miro team has also not been shy of winning races as of recently. Of course, we want to talk about the recent developments, like Zeke Wimberly winning his first ARO race, or well, winning his first Formula Hololive race, for Okami Mio. Just wanted to move the workstation a bit, as you can see here. And since leaving the Okami Mio team for the Sarasvana team, he has also won 4 more races in Formula Hololive International, 3 en route to his runner-up finish in the 23-24 Formula Hololive Japan international season, and now he's already won 1 race in the 24-25 season. He's won the Montreal Super Prix. Now here's a battle that we may want to take a look, and right now it is between Ojizono Rio and Jake Goodwin, who is currently on a charge himself. Oh, you can see here. Oh, you can see that Rio has gone wide at the first hairpin corner, so that might open the door for Jay Goodwin to strike maybe somewhere that he doesn't realize that there may be a move done. And as you can see here, Goodwin trying to get ever so closer to Rio. Goodwin really trying to closer and closer to Rio, and you can see he's starting to get really desperate in his moves. 4 cars in the battle for 4th place here. Dimashev is currently holding up Daniel Barger. Barger is looking for his best finish in Formula Hall at Japan this season. As you can hear, Barger now coming down the main straight here. Will he be thinking of a move down the inside? He's not peeling down the inside. Makes the move against Dimashev. Dimashev has to lift off the bit to keep the car under control. And now round the inside goes Daniel Barger. Ooh, Barger also at the same time. We got Jay Goodwin coming in from out of nowhere to strike against Hoshizono Rio. Got 2 cars going double file at the first hairpin. Barger is almost beating Dimashev. Now they're right turn 8, and they're still going side by side. 2 drivers going side by side at the front, 2 more drivers going side by side at the back. And it's now Daniel Barger around the outside at the second hairpin corner to try to shuffle Dimashev down in 5th place, and he's just about able to do so. And now you can see Hoshizono Rio gets beaten by Jay Goodwin as well. And now we're looking into some interesting developments here as Jay Goodwin continues to charge against Vladislav Dimashev, who has lost touch. Of course, he has won the Split A title almost very comfortably. And when you look at his trophy cabinet, he does win 2 races so far in his Formula Hall Japan career, and he's now under pressure from Jay Goodwin down the inside. He goes. Jay Goodwin into turn 1. Dimashev is going to try his luck to defend, but he's just about to drop back. But he's about to still go side by side. They are side by side, and you can see here it didn't last long. And now Dimashev continues his descent down to 7th place as his pace has fallen off pretty badly. Michael Turner still leading Kamine Riba by about nearly 6 seconds as he's continuing his charge up in the front. Next lap car is currently Rim Olgo, who is at turns 3 and 4. Michael Turner is currently about to finish his lap. He's about to cross the bridge right now. So the issue of lap cars is not going to come until maybe at the final laps, the Zako Cup race. Shirogane Noah number 8. And speaking of which, we also got to see Cheon and DCM. Cheon making her move up into 16th place against the Maverick DCM. And now you can see here the onboard shots of these racing action here. Olgor now also having caught in the back of DCM and Cheon. And Taro in 15th and Zinsky 14th in the battle for the podium spot. A podium spot, but yeah, they're fighting for the last rows at the points positions, just to make sure that they're able to finish ahead of some of them in the standings. We also have Reba, who is currently representing Yuzuki Choko. He is also a long-time entrant in the Aero competition. He boasts a lot of experience for his stature. Of course, he's raced in the Aero since 2022, since just about the inception of it all, and has only been keen on representing one member only one, and by one member I mean only one member, and that is Yuzuki Choku. He is a, speaking of Hoshizuna Ryo now goes down the inside of Zadamashnev coming into the first corner. And now you can see Ryo, and Damashnev now tries to fight back. Ryo tries to fend Damashnev off the outside line, and I think he should be able to do so. Move by Hoshizuna Ryo to fend off to finally pass Damashnev, that is. And now his targets are to get himself back into the challenge inside the top 5. Daniel Barger currently in 4th, trying to defend against Jake Goodwin. Oh man, we do notice that we have some drop frames here, 1,287. So apologies if there has been some parts of the stream where we somehow cut off into other parts, so apologies. Just wanted to share with all of you that. That being said, we're just gonna try to push on as much as we can. Speaking of which, let's take a look into the progress chart as we're about to get into the halfway stage of the Autopolis Super Prix Zako Cup race. Of course, the biggest loser is Ryuji Kaczynski, who started 3rd and he's now down in 11th place, or rather 14th place. Drops about, how do we call it? The 11 spots. He's now down in 14th place, as he is now currently in 14th, as we have mentioned before. And the biggest gainer, of course, is, just wanted to check around, Ed Sky, who started 19th and is now up in 10th place. Of course, you gotta be in it to win it, and for those who aren't in it to win it, it's probably because the car fail, or the components fail, or you somehow had an accident, crashed. So we're just gonna check on the situation as right now. Sorry, go back on the check on certain battles here. We got Jake Goodwin, of course, still trying to catch up to the Barger. We all got the Damashnev, or rather Hoshizuna Ryo, or Barger and Goodwin trying to battle between each other. Riba and Byung-eun are now on the battle for the 2nd place. Michael Turner continues to laugh his way to the bank with these battles, as he's managed to extend his lead by, well, the lead is now at 8 seconds, so this is something that Turner is pretty much excited for. Anyways, about to reach the halfway stage, and Michael Turner has been one of the most convincing riders. Well, not exactly the most convincing, but he is very convincing in this race. It's not like he's won by about 30-40 seconds. But man, he comes close. Looking at other potential battles, we got Sub-Young currently in 3rd place, trying to chase Kaminari Riba. And then we have Jake Goodwin against Daniel Barger for 4th place. Barger will be hoping for a podium finish to, at the very least, reflect Zwiss' idle uniform choices very, very well. I mean, of course, Zwiss, one of those members who have fully committed to the right idle uniforms as of late. And at times, Barger does show some flashes of brilliance, but has come short of winning races multiple times over. But now you can see here the gaps between Barger and Turner are now only at 11 seconds.
and also it's much closer between the battle for second than it is in the league, because you can see here Wagner and Gunway have caught up to both Reba and Byung-eun, so we now have a potential battle for second place. So watch out for these battles because it's gonna get pretty feisty in the grand scheme of things. I mean, riding at the final corner, we still have Ed Sky currently in 10th place as usual. He was in a battle against General Guyana, and they might still be in a battle against General Guyana, but timing towers are not showing us the real situation here. Meanwhile, So Byung-eun currently 3rd place for Shiranui Flare, and he's trying to find a way past Riba, but of course he is still pretty far back. Just experimenting a different streaming setup as far as sitting layout goes, and right now it's a bit comfortable, and at the same time it's not really comfortable. But yeah, I just need to keep myself on the screen at times. Meanwhile, at the back, we might have a potential battle with Mintara and Cheon. Look at this battle in the mid-pack, or rather at the back of the pack. And as you can see here, it's all being led by Riliu. Riliu currently leads the pack of 6 cars strong. And they all are currently racing against each other like train coaches and all that stuff. Not the most ideal, but let's try to proceed with what we got. But anyways, we got Kamen Riba currently in 2nd, Michael Turner in the race lead, So Byung-eun in 3rd. And just wanted to check if the mic is still working, and right now the mic is indeed still working. I just feared that this might be for the worst, because at least it says DM100 still. Anyways, we are now at 29 laps complete here in Autopolis, and for the Autopolis Super Seal Cup race, as you can see. Trying to mount a charge against UCM, also Aldor trying to find something against Yu Cheon, and unfortunately there's nothing coming out of it. Chicken Wedge, Goodwin, chasing Varger, chasing Byung-eun, chasing Riba. I want to share some Hololive fun facts. Please drop a live chat. Please drop a comment in the live chat if you like. Again, if you like the stream, please drop a like in the stream. And if you want to see more of this content, there's always the subscribe button. And if you don't want to miss any of the videos and have you be notified of every single one of the live streams and uploads, there's the bell that you can hit. And that should basically summarize it. Anyways, good win against Carz. Just wanted to check, because right now we are not seeing so many change in positions right now. So let's probably talk about Michael Turner. This is representing Hololive, or representing Hololive member, or rather represented Hololive member. Shirogane Noel, of course, portrays herself as a knight. She's strong and muscular, and at the same time is also very heavy on eating gyudon. At least that's what Shirogane Noel usually tells us, that she prefers eating gyudon, like extremely beef related stuff, a lot of protein. And of course having a pretty sizable build herself. Noel is of course a bit heavier than usual, I think, as far as a bit heavier than usual on the movement, but she still gets things done. She still manages to move like it's nothing. Meanwhile, if I want to give a good anecdote on to Michael Turner, is that he sees things. He's pretty analytical in races. So when it comes to studying what he can and cannot do in races, he does know what he needs to do. So yeah, and there's also just wanted to highlight this. There is no true Shirogane Kishidan member, as in actual Shirogane Noel fans in the Noel number 08 since Alexis Bowen. And unfortunately, Alexis Bowen isn't with us anymore due to reasons I've already explained too much, so I won't be explaining again. But yeah, Michael Turner has been brought in as a replacement, as a temporary replacement of sorts, until a proper driver slash representing fan in the form of another Shirogane Kishidan comes in. Then Michael Turner will still remain in this car. On board Kamine Ribas is number 43. 4-0 Botan, and right now, there is a battle between Goodwin and Barger right here, as Goodwin now goes down the inside against Barger, but Barger manages to defend. As you can see here, further up, there's Young and Riba. They're battling against each other. Well, as far as trying to convince the higher up, well, not exactly convincing of the higher ups, but he wants to convince the world that he's got potential in the Shiranui Flight number 20, and he's gonna try his absolute luck. He's gonna try his absolute best to try to get himself in this chance. Get himself in the chance to continue providing good results. He, of course, has scored multiple podium finishes for Shiranui Flare, but of course, the last time the Shiranui Flare car won in any capacity was in 2022 in Ram Split B Race 2, where we have Juan Sarto winning for Shiranui Flare. Anyways, we've already finished 33 laps. We're about to get into 20 laps to go. Meanwhile, another side-by-side battle coming in the form of Goodwin and Barger. As you can see here, Barger continues to defend around the outside. Jake Goodwin is still keeping him honest. And as you can see here, Barger might have the inside line. He's scooped by over the outside line for the first hairpin. And unless Barger has anything to say about it as far as exits go, it will be Jake Goodwin's 4th place. Amazing stuff for the Miofa driver as he continues to charge himself up in the front. Meanwhile, in the back of the pack battle, Kaczynski is still finding a way past Rio. Meanwhile, Tara and DuCM are just about at it, but UCM is just too far back. Anyways, just wanted to check on this battle. It's still pretty much a procession, if you want to call it, but of course we still got much of this race to go. And of course, we still have Youngman and Goodwin still trying to find a way past Riba, and which the gap has now opened up to 11 seconds, mind you. As you can see here, after Barger got overtaken, he's now lost touch to the battle for second, involving 3 drivers. And then we have Fujizona Rio, who is currently up in 6th place, so this will at the very least somewhat vindicate his previous performance at Tokachi. Oh, and that's Yucheon. I believe she has had an off somewhere, and it looks to me that she has straddled the curve under the bridge, and she has spun herself out. That will be the 3rd retirement here in the Autopolis Super Tsuyo Cup race, as Tsuyo on one bicycles, but as another driver tried to abuse the curves, messed around and found out, and she found out the hard way. Cheon is still going to be stranded at the curbs, or rather at the gravel trap. She's not going to be out there anytime soon. Here's the stranded tiny Louis car, as now we are now at 17 cars still remaining in this race. Tal Williams out on lap 2, Kizuhara Leo on lap 3 by virtue of hitting the curbs too hard at the 2nd hairpin. And now we have Cheon finally telepulling herself back into the pit to confirm her retirement from this race. She straddled the curb under the bridge and lost control, and as a result she got spun out, and she is now a DNFer. Currently 8th place, Domashnev 7th, Rio 6th. Again, we're just beating around the bush here because there's really not much to talk about, and there's literally no one watching this stream as it stands. Oh, and that's all going to do CM though on the battle, as you saw there, there were different positions. Algor is no longer the last place car, but UCM is going to be aiming to get himself his first points of the Tsuyo Cup season. Tries to go around the inside of Algor, but nothing has come of it so far. Meanwhile, the battle for the lap cars may come sooner or later. As you can see here, here's Reba at first 3 and 4. Here's Byung-eun and Goodwin trying to trade blows between each other for the final podium spots. Goodwin now down the inside of not just one car, but possibly 2 cars. He's already now ahead. He's just about ahead of So Byung-eun. And now he has secured his 3rd place. He's now on the charge for 2nd. Olgor the fastest amongst the backpack drivers, and now he's going to try to make a damage limitation effort, if you want to call it that, because he only was in 8th and 9th place in the last race in Formula Hololive, and it's Tokachi. And as you can see here, oh man, Antara really trying to get himself close. And then there's Kaczynski, and then there's Ryu, and then of course holds the final points position. If he stays where he is, he'll have only 1 additional point compared to the winners is 200. Oh, you can see here Rim Olgor and Maverick running out wide. And meanwhile, Reba and Goodwin are going to go toe-to-toe once again. You can see here Goodwin now down the inside of Reba. Reba tries to defend around the inside line, but it'll be the outside line. And this will benefit Jay Goodwin the most here. And down the inside goes Goodwin. And now he only has 1 car separating between himself and Glory here in Autopolis. And that is to beat the hometown hero representing driver. That is Michael Turner, because he's currently leading the Autopolis Super Prix Tsuyo Cup race. Right now we have Michael Turner still continuing to charge on as usual. As you can see, Jake Goodwin is coming at River as well. Just wanted to check back on the drivers. We got Antanarao, of course, trying to. It's now a 5-car. Alright, a 6-car, because there used to be Cheon. Of course, Cheon's already retired. So anyways, we are now in this battle here. We got Honolulu and Daniel Barger, both Hololive members. Very tight on their 3D model availabilities. And also very committed to the bright uniforms. Almost just about fully committed, these 3 drivers, or these 2 drivers, which is Rio and Daniel Barger. 38 laps complete as we are going to set this thing to 16 laps to go. Meanwhile, we got DCM and Olga trading positions once again. I think this is mostly due to Olga just going side by side very uncomfortably at the under the bridge. So just wanted to check on something else on the standings here. Reba currently in 3rd, Young in 4th, Rio 5th, Barger 6th. And yeah, everything's good so far. And yeah, I just wanted to check on the. So anyways, apologies that I clicked the wrong button here. Meanwhile, we got to see Rio and Daniel Barger going at it once again here, as you got to see it there. Or rather, that is actually Rio and Sobyang-eun actually. Sobyang-eun has dropped down to 5th place. We saw the situation developing since they locked horns at turn 1. Kurashio has put Farah Bashira down in 12, but not for long as Bashira manages to defend. But of course, there's this pesky first hairpin where drivers could sneak up moves down the inside. And of course, Bashira not trying to give things up, is trying to still remain relevant against Kurashio, but I think she's just too far back. And that's gonna be unfortunate. Meanwhile, looking into the rest of the field, Goodwin is slowly but surely catching up to Turner, but I don't think there's not much of a meaningful progress. Meanwhile, we got Rio and Byung-eun currently in the battle of their own once again. Rio now comes down to the inside line against Kaminari Reba, so it's gonna be 2/3 of Aya Fubumi in the battle for the win here in Autopolis. But of course, we still have to beat Michael Turner, and you can see here Jay Goodwin, rather Kaminari Reba, is going to take this line down. He absolutely put up a good defensive move there. 14 laps to go here in Autopolis. For the Autopolis Super Prix Tsuyo Cup race. UCM currently in 16th and Tanara 15th. Meanwhile, oh, you can see here more potential battles here, or rather more battles here. And you can see here they're still at it side by side now between Olgor and DCM. As you can see here, who's really trying to keep each other honest. As you can see here, Olgo's gonna try to maintain his 16th place spot. Sure, it won't score him any points, but he wants the bragging rights. Bit drowsy at the moment, but we're just gonna continue on as usual. As you can see here, Rio currently up in 4th place. And still trying to pass Kamereba for 3rd and see if he can challenge Jay Goodwin for 2nd. But right now, because he has a fast car, of course, this is the same car and driver combo that scored a pole position in Rio's inaugural Formula Hololive race in the Tsukuba Super Prix Split A race. Of course, he did score a pole position and managed to salvage a podium finish after he was beaten by a master stroke of a strategy from Vlasta Demashnev. Just wanted to check on other possible proceedings and I'm gonna check on the offline on the Twitch thing because right now, oh dear. Offline on Twitch, yeah, I'm gonna see if I could pause and resume. I'm just going to stop and start. Okay, I'm just gonna see if I am able to restart the whole thing. Hang on. Well, as the race continues to progress, we're just gonna try to somewhat fix the issue on Twitch, but right now on YouTube we should still be good. Anyways, right now, we got Reba currently 3rd. Oh, there's more battles here at the back. We got Olgor and Duciem again trading blows between each other for 16th place. There's some racing that we can get our backs on. Anyways, we got Sobyung in 5th again. Still, who has been on the podium spots for much of the race since the final pit stops. But another with Reba, who's currently hanging on to 3rd place for his dear life, trying to fend off essentially the charge from the drivers at the back, Rio, Byung, and Fogger. Meanwhile, Tarao currently sitting in the final points position, as you can see here. Yeah, I'm gonna check here, and right now I have currently resumed my Twitch broadcast, see if it's fixed or not. But anyways, looking into potential other drivers that we're going to take a look here. Demashev and Ricci currently in 8th and 9th. Or rather 7th and 8th respectively. Goyena's 9th and Sky 10th. We're almost at 10 laps to go here in Autopolis. As you can see here. Oh, as you can see here. Oh, that's Duciem. Making a mistake actually, going off the curb at under the bridge, and it's going to allow Olgo to steal back 16th place. But as far as these two drivers are, in terms of them challenging to get back in the point positions, because right now it's currently occupied by everyone in the top 15 spots. So they're just going to have to try to force themselves in those positions. Anyways, if you have any questions, as usual, okay, noticing someone who's dropping, and it's not even last. The funny story in aero competitions for in this one. Some of the drivers may not be good in. They may not be good enough in the Tsuyo series in Hololive, but are going to be very good in Formula Hololive. Some of these are attributed by Hololive members fully committing themselves to the bright uniforms. Some of these are 50-50. And then we have Michoko, who's committing herself to the originals. But yet we see Raiji Kazuki. Oh, we got to see some potential battles here. Oh, there's Rim Olgo trying to go around the outside of Altusar and Terrao. Oh, you can see Terrao trying to hang around the outside. Oh, you can see here Olgo's really trying to stretch his legs over at Terrao. And Terrao manages to defend his final point's position. As you can see here, the tempo of this race has finally gone up to 100. More battles coming up here as UCM now goes down the inside of Wim Olgor. Oh yeah, there's gonna be something. Oh yeah. So what happened on Twitch? Yeah. So it's up there for the first 2 minutes and then just died out. Okay, so I'm just gonna check. So I am just gonna try to adjust the cross streaming on Twitch after the whole thing has concluded, but I think I'm gonna have to mention to everyone this. So we're just gonna have to stop streaming on Twitch and have everyone move to YouTube. I hope everyone is tuning in. So I'm just gonna write this one here while the race continues to progress as usual. We're gonna move the cameras back up to the front to Daniel Barger, and So Byung-eun is actually battling Daniel Barger here at the moment. So anyways, on the outside goes So Byung-eun, tries to go to the inside line on the inside line. Ooh, shit, you can see here almost too close for comfort for these two drivers, especially for So Byung-eun, because he knows that there was the likes of Tyler Williams and Kizora Alia. Oh, you can see here Daniel Barger losing the rear end there, and that will allow So Byung-eun to get himself back into the top 5. Very interesting development here from the South Korean driver. Anyways, just wanted to check back on the Twitch. Oh yeah. So the issue of Twitch, because I noticed sometimes when I stream Twitch on my phone or my laptop or something, I noticed that I also noticed that the Twitch screen just went black and all that stuff, because I'm currently using a plugin on OBS to cross stream what I have on Twitch onto YouTube as well. So, and as you can see here, well, YouTube is currently being prioritized. Twitch is currently blacked out. So I'm just gonna say this here. Well, at least we got people actually notifying us that the Twitch stream is not working as all that. So that's going to be very, very unfortunate. So anyways, we still have about 7 laps of racing to go. And we now have Jake Goodwin, of course, closing the gap now. 5-10 laps ago, it was around 12 seconds. Now it dropped down to 7. Now I fear that the timing is a bit too late for Goodwin to try to catch up to Michael Turner. And right now we may actually see Michael Turner actually winning this home race for Sarah Gaini Noel. So, very exciting thing to check here as yeah, I just wanted to check on the there's more battles coming up, and here is Kamina Riba against Hoshisa Sonorio. As you can see, Riba tries to hang around the outside. Oh, you can see here tries to go for a good exit speed on the first hairpin to try to
keep himself side by side at least. He will still have the inside line at the second hairpin, but he has to exercise a lot of caution, because if he doesn't exercise those cautions, he's gonna end up rolling the car. And as you can see here, he has to take it easy on the inside. And what a move by Hokizono Rio to get himself back up into the podium positions. Not as dramatic as it was yesterday with Yuta Asano charging from third place to first in about 3 laps to go to give Minato Aqua her last win in aero competition while still remaining as an active VTuber. Well, we got Olgor and Kaczynski actually trading places between each other, and also a bit of a fun fact. Out of all this happening, Alcantara has actually moved up into 13th place. While all of this battle between Olgor, Kaczynski, DCM, and really actually happened, Alcantara is now up into 13th. Very, very interesting to see here. We are in yes, we noticed that Antara has noticed that he is winning in 13th place. Very, very nice to see. And we also have Byung-eun, of course, going side by side with Kamen Riba once again. As Byung-eun is now going to try to get himself into 4th place. Let's get on to Kamen Riba on board to see his point of view. And right now it's not looking good for Riba, the SSRB. Byung-eun currently in 4th place, still trying to catch up to Rio, who is currently in 3rd. And Jake Goodwin, actually, mind you, is currently in 2nd place. And here's the thing that we want to pay attention here. Michael Turner is currently in the midst of a battle between himself and lap cars, but right now he is at the very least dicing with them. As easy as it sounds, oh, Raja Kaczynski almost slammed the door on Michael Turner. They make contact, the two drivers, and it's almost ended in tears for Turner. As you can see here, Kaczynski still stays ahead of Michael Turner as it stands, but right now we have Jay Goodwin absolutely catching up. We could be in for another last lap thriller. Ooh, this is going to be interesting to see here as Jay Goodwin now trying to get close to Michael Turner. We can see here Turner really trying to fling himself at this opportunity. Lorenzo Ricci currently in 8th place, trying to catch up to Vladislav Domashnev, who is currently in 7th. Daniel Barger 6th, trying to get close to Kamen Riba, who actually started on pole, but failed to convert it. Has been failing to convert this into a win at this point so far. Meanwhile, Michael Turner is still under pressure to at the very least clear the lap card for him to remain in a safe position. We're about to go into 4 laps to go here in the Autopolis Super Prix Tsuyo Cup race. Crossing the line already. It's now we're going to start lap 51. Now going down the inside once again. Michael Turner and Raja Kaczynski. Hopefully Raja Kaczynski doesn't slam the door shut. And this time it's much cleaner between these two drivers. Game recognizes game as it is. And down the inside goes Michael Turner. Michael Turner needs to spot an opening against Kaczynski, and he does find so. As it stands, he will move down the inside. Meanwhile, the gaps between Turner and Goodwin have closed down to 1.2 seconds. And as you can see here on Turner is on board as he continues to dice through the lap cars. And here's Kaczynski trying to cause him some trouble. Almost making contact. They make contact. And Michael Turner almost went off wide. Jake Goodwin is sniffing at this opportunity here. Michael Turner has to defend against Charlie Kaczynski. And as it stands right now, there are 2 cars separating between Michael Turner and Jake Goodwin. Jake Goodwin needs to get this done as soon as possible if he wants to get this chance of a race win. Jake Goodwin has already won at Sportsline Sugo in the split B race and the final race of qualifiers. That also guaranteed his spot in the Tsuyo Cup. And meanwhile, for Michael Turner, his string of great results
outside of Fuji, of course, has led to him being a solid contender in the Tsuyo Cup right now. And now he's able to finally show his race-winning racecraft currently at the moment. As you can see here, Antanaro is going to be set to just hang on to 13th place. He's going to have a pretty lonely race up until this point. So he'll have about a few laps to settle this one out. Anyways, we got Michael Turner to just trying to pass Liu. But of course, the crucial part in this is that he needs to, at the very least, maintain his composure and maintain his patience if he wants to get into a position where he is able to just hang on to where he is at the moment in this race lead. Oh, there's another switch in position, and that's Vladislav Domashnev, but only making contact with Lorenzo Ricci. This has got to be very heartbreaking here. The best Rosentine driver currently in the gravel trap after making contact with, I think, a driver in turn 1. I believe that's Lorenzo Ricci he made contact with. And so there's going to be another retirement for Tsuyo Cup driver. And speaking of which, Alf Santaro is going to be enjoying this moment even more, and he's not going to jump from 13th to 12th. As of course, Domashnev has peeled into the pits. He's now up into 12th place. More developments here in Autopolis. As you can see here, Turner and Goodwin, and now you can see here Michael Turner trying to pass Ray Leo on the penultimate lap of the race. Joe Goodwin has yet to clear any lap cars, so Goodwin's currently on a losing battle. Michael Turner is going to try to keep himself in a safe position where he's just able to see some cover between himself. Jake Goodwin, as you can see here, Michael Turner finally has been able to get past Ray Leo. Ray Leo tries to fight one back, but it's not going to be enough. Michael Turner is now currently in the lead. Very, very nice to see. As you can see, and so Turner currently on a charge himself in first place. So I think that should be it for Michael Turner. As you can see here, he led the race pretty comfortably after committing to a nice one-stop strategy, and very, very sweet one-stop strategy at that. Yuto Sato won using a two-stop strategy while having the freshest tires available. Turner, meanwhile, went for the overcut strategy, stayed out when he has a lot of grip on his tires, and when he still has the pace, and when all of his opponents were stuck in traffic or have their tires be cold or not have optimal grip, or both. This is where Michael Turner has been able to get himself in a position where he's able to get up into the race lead pretty comfortably. Michael Turner, of course, has yet to win a Formula Hololive Japan race. He has won a Hololive GP3 race. That was, of course, back in the Okayama Finale 500 race in the last season for Shirogane Noah. And now Michael Turner coming into the final set of corners here. Turner, who has been representing Shirogane Noah since the start, since around the 2023 season, replacing Alexis Bowen and Carolina Vieira da Silva, has been the guy to represent Shirogane Noah at times, although he has been asking questions about what in the hell is going on here. Well, it doesn't really matter. We have the muscly knight from Virtual Oita. That is, of course, represented by Michael Turner, who is, of course, having a big heart himself. He's got a few quarters left that he needs to deal with as he romps himself into a pretty comfortable win, all things considered. Final two quarters, the hometown hero is gonna bring it home for all the people in Oita. He was gonna say con muscle in the podium, in the top step of the podium. Michael Turner wins the Autopolis Super Prix Tsuyo Cup race. Relio finishes 14th, Kaczynski 15th in the final points position. Maverick Duciem 16th in the as the last car finishing. Domashnev, Cheon, Leo, and Willis are gonna be punching themselves for
not being able to get this race-winning chance. Goodwin finishes second, Rio third, equals his best finish in Formula Hololive Japan competition so far. Sobyang in fourth, Barger fifth, Reba sixth. With Barger actually opening up his points tally at the moment. We're going to check in that pretty soon. Richie 7th, Goyena set to finish 8th. At Sky, beaten by Daniel Goyena throughout much of the race, will finish behind Goyena. Kurashio 10th, Bashira in 11th, and Tanarao and Olgor in 12th and 13th. I feel like Taro is going to be enjoying this thing. He's going to be enjoying wherever points position that he has at the moment, because he knows that it's not easy for him to get points, especially what happened in Hall G3 qualifiers and the first race of the Zako Cup, or rather the Zako Series. And so anyways, with Tara and Olgor just about to cross the line to confirm their positions, we are going to confirm to you all the essentially the final finishing positions. Just want to start off with Michael Turner. Michael Turner, of course, is currently the guy to celebrate, as he will win. He essentially wins his first Formula Hololive race for Shirogari Noel. Behind him is actually Jake Goodwin in second for Okamiya, making an Australian 1-2. Play the Australian anthem in the podium after this. Anyways, and then we also have Hoshizo Noriya for Nakiri Aime finishing third. Sobyang for Shiranui Flair. Fifth goes to Daniel Barger for Hoshimachi Suisei. Sixth place goes to Kaminai Reba for Shishira Botan. And then we've got 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th occupied by Lorenzo Ricci, Danilo Goyena, Ed Sky, and Rustin Karasho respectively. Representing Hoshimaru Usada Picora, Kazama Iroha, and of course Lapas Douglas respectively. Farah Bashira had a very quiet race to finish 11th for Himamari Luna, alongside 12th place Alistair Taro, 12th for Nekabata Kayu. Has he managed to get himself up to 13th? We'll have to check back on that later. Rim Olgor 13th for Zorosubaru, Rilio 14th for Chloe, and 15th goes to Raja Kazuki for Yuzuki Choko. 16th goes to the last finishing driver, that is Maverick UCM. He finishes 16th for Marpolka. 17th goes to Flasov Tomashev, who spun out in lap 50 after 51 laps. Very unfortunate for him, as he's very set on finishing inside the top 6, 7, and all that stuff. And there's also Yu Chaeyeon, who was at the back, also Kizara Leo. Both of them having spun out a race in the gravel traps, representing Yu Chaeyeon and Kizara and Murasaki Shiro respectively. And last of all, we have Tyler Williams representing Amani Karta, who will finish last. So with that being said, we're just gonna get on to a bit of a replay. We're not gonna go into detail to see what happened to Kizara Leo and Tyler Williams, but we are just going to check on the onboards at the very least. So if you want to know what happened to Tyler Williams here, there's a bit of a rolly and spinny thing. So here's what happened to Tyler Williams. He's just trying to find a way past So Byung-eun way too early, and then just had the left side launch over him as he spun out. Well, that's Tyler Williams. But what about Kizara Leo? So we're pretty much the same thing here, except this is against Alcantara out here. Kizara Leo on the inside, Alcantara on the outside. Same issue. Almost made contact with Antaro, but fortunately no further contact was made. And speaking of Yu Chaeyeon, if you want to know what happened to Yu Chaeyeon, so there was this battle between her and Luciev, and this is what we have expected. Going across the curb and then spitting herself out like that, that's very, very unfortunate. So we're going to go with the optical camera for this one because we missed the shot here. So here's Yu Chaeyeon. Ooh, you can see Yu Chaeyeon just trying to keep the car in a safe manner, but then she just tried to go around the outside of Ducia, but they're just a wrong angle. Features her car into the gravel trap, and that is a race over. Meanwhile, we have yet to properly explain Vlasa Domashev's incident. So if you want to know what happened, here's what happened to Domashev. Oh my goodness, he locked up. It didn't make contact with Lorenzo Ricci. He just straight up locked up and went straight into the corner. Here's Marshall's onboard. You see he broke a bit too late. Or rather, yeah, he locked up the front right. Tries to catch a car, but unfortunately has beached himself in the gravel trap, sand pit. Very, very unfortunate. But anyways, we wanted to see what happened to Alison and Tara on all this. So we wanted to see what has exactly happened on his charge. So we're just gonna go a bit of an onboard. So in front of him is Raja Kaczynski. So here's what happened to Raja Kaczynski here. So no problems for Kaczynski so far. But you can see here, Antara had his battle with Algor. And as you can see here, Antara, oh, here comes Antara trying to make a move against Lorenzo Ricci. I mean, Raja Kaczynski. Here you saw Kaczynski try to go for a defensive line, but had to compromise his run in the corner, and that allowed Antara to make his move. And that doesn't really explain his move against Ryu. So here's Antara's move against Ryu, coming into turn 1, making use of the slipstream. And going down the inside of Ryu, just being very tidy there. Oh, that's what happened to Ryu. He's straddled himself on the curb. So here's Ryu's onboard once again. So he went off wide at turn 1 and straddled himself on the curb, losing some extra bit of acceleration. And that explains why Ryu is down where he is at the moment. So with that being said, that should be it for the replays. We are going to finish the stream right here, right now. Well, not exactly right here, right now, but we still have to tell you all about the championship standings. So while we're waiting for the results to properly process, here we go. And due to recent events, we are going to see some pretty interesting Tsuyo Cup championship standings here. It's going to be very, very close here with 3 races to go. So as you can see here, Lorenzo Ricci currently leads the standings now after 2 races. Now only about 18 points ahead of Michael Turner in 2nd place on the Shirogano number 08. And then we have Vlasa Dobashev in 3rd place, not being able to score points in the Autopolis race. And yeah, we have Kamine Reba and Jake Goodmarin running out of the top 5 for Botan and Mio respectively. And then 6th place goes to Tyler Williams for Kanata, and then 7th place goes to So Byung-eun for Shiranui Flair. 8th place goes to Hoshizuna Ryo for Nakiri IMA, where he manages to equal his best finish in the Formula Hololive Japan so far. Raja Kaczynski and Daniel Barger round out the top 10, with Barger finally being able to showcase his potential. Ryu and Alson Taro make up 11th and 12th. Daniel Goyana 13th from Olgo 14th, and Farah Bashira 15th. Rasim Kurasho and Ed Sky make up 16th and 17th. Yu Chaeyon, Kizuhara Leo, and Maverick Duciem have yet to score points. So this will be something that we need to pay attention to them as the season progresses. So anyways, that should be it for today's stream. Next up for Formula Hololive Japan will be the Epilogue Grand Prix at Suzuka in September. Well, for next weekend, we have a very special event for the international drivers, as we're going to be set to see the Hololive English and Indonesia drivers, the international drivers, racing in round 2 of the Formula Hololive International season, the Breaking Dimensions Grand Prix at Lime Rock Park. We're going to explain to you about the race format later on, but for now, it's going to be next week. It will be before the concert, so we'll be giving the opportunity for the drivers to represent their members before they head to King's Theater in New York to watch the Hololive members perform. And with that being said, that should be it for today's stream. My name is Mamashan Reza in the commentary booth, and you've been watching the 2024 Autopolis Super Prix Tsuyo Cup race. And for the entire weekend, we'll see you again next week for the Formula Hololive International race. Take care, everyone.